Hey friend, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing my current bullet journal, and I'm actually going to be doing this as part of a series where I'm sharing all of my bullet journals. This is bullet journal number 11. So if it's your first time here, by no means should you take these pages as some form of standard to where you should be when you begin your first bullet journal. I'm going to actually insert the link to the flip through of my first bullet journal um, so that you can know the progress that I had to make to get to this point. And I still believe that there is more progress to be made. All of that just comes with time and practice. The pages that you have already seen are just part of my basic setup that I do whenever I start a new bullet journal. They are my main collections that kind of go from journal to journal. And here we are at my first monthly spread, which started this January. All of my pages are not always 100% filled out. I don't force any of my pages. If I have something to write, I will. If I feel like filling the pages in, I will. And if it doesn't happen organically, I really try not to beat myself up about it. One thing that sets this bullet journal aside from its predecessors, if you will, is that it's pretty illustration heavy from the start. That's not something that I've done in the past. I usually kind of warm up before I get to doing lots of illustrations. And I thought at the beginning of this bullet journal that I was going to make it like really all about me and intentionally make the illustrations to match whatever that spread was. I was going to try and include a version of myself in there. Obviously, none of my illustrations ever quite look like me because I don't have that kind of skill yet. Hopefully one day I'll get there. But they're sort of like versions of me. These illustrations in February are actually not my illustrations. I found these on Pinterest and just printed them and cut them out and glued them to my pages. I wasn't really feeling like drawing. Ironically, January was so illustration heavy, and then February some things happened. One of them being that we lost our dog. Um, he was 14 years old, and so I just didn't really feel super inspired to create for some time after that. And leading up to him passing away, he had been sick for some time, so things like my 100-day project kind of just came to a halt. And yeah, sometimes life happens and you just don't feel very motivated to draw. I think this makes this a very good moment to remind you that you don't need to draw in your bullet journal. That's just what I like to do. When March came along, I wanted to kind of take inspiration from nature and seeing all of the green leaves that were coming back, and kind of like, I love that about spring, where it just kind of reminds you that life um, it begins. And so I was trying to bring that positivity into my pages. You can see that I did a lot more journaling. I even tried to add some creative thinking by adding a 6-word story spread here. I covered some mistakes on that page with that magazine clipping. And then this is the first envelope of, I think, 3 that I've added so far to this journal that has some private journaling. I think I have a video here about that, and I'll link it if I do. If not, I guess I have to make one. But it's basically when I have some feelings that I need to get out that I don't necessarily want to see in the pages when I pass them by, when I'm looking for something or whatever. So I just usually put an envelope in there, and that gives me the space to kind of get those feelings out there, but then they're also in a safe space so that I don't have to kind of relive those feelings every time I turn that page. And then here I'm just trying to add some fun elements, kind of just trying to uplift myself. March was also kind of like a difficult time. My anxiety was really at its height, I think, like a year into the pandemic. My anxiety really reminded me that she's still there, alive and well, and I needed to really take care of myself. But we were blessed. We were able to go to spring break and take the kids away from the city. We rented a house by the lake, and they were able to jump and make noise and do lots of fun things. And so, April, I was feeling really bright, as you can see by this color that I chose for my lettering. I was able to get both of my COVID vaccines and thankfully felt really great after both of them. Basically, my arm just hurt. That's it. And I was tired. And then I was trying to just document again with some dual weekly spreads that had a little bit of journaling about an experience that I had with my daughter on the balcony. Here we have another private journaling spot. I made all of these envelopes myself using an envelope punch board, but you can use any envelope that you have on hand. Here I have some symptom tracking. I was having like quite a few migraines over the last few months. And here you have an example of what it looks like when I don't illustrate for a weekly spread, 2 weeks in fact. Here's my third envelope. Here is a memory page. And here we're starting the month of May. I was trying to do like a bubble letter type theme. Not sure that I succeeded in that, but I'm okay with it. I actually kind of like the way it looks, kind of messy, kind of cool. And we're still in the middle of May, so a lot of these pages are still looking really clean. They tend to get filled up as the month goes along. Next, I have this new spread that I just created to help me check in with myself when I'm feeling anxious. One of my favorite things to do is a reverse to-do list. You can check out a video about that here on my channel as well. And I have this mood scale, which I plan to do a blog post about soon. This is my current week, which I really need a haircut, is the theme for the week. Some prep that I did before an appointment that was really early in the morning, and my migraine tracker. Not my most fun spread, but definitely a helpful and necessary spread at the moment. Alright guys, that's where I'll leave you. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to put them. See you next time. I hope that you're well. Bye.